a surprise for your nose and your eyes. Imagine all the possibilities. Caan Floral.
Hi, my name's Deb Denzer. I work at Caan Floral and Greenhouses in the tree lot, and sometimes you'll find me in the perennial section as well. I'm here today to talk to you about Japanese beetles, how they affect your plants and trees, and to share with you some of the things that you can do to help protect your plants and trees from the Japanese beetles. First and foremost, Japanese beetles are an introduced beetle. It's actually a scarab beetle that came from Japan some number of years ago. And what they do is they feed on the soft tissues of plants. I have some examples of some of the damage that they can do to your plants and what that damage looks like. It's a process called skeletonization, and they literally take and chew holes in between all of the veins of the leaves and cause a lace-like appearance. I have seen them defoliate trees when the numbers of Japanese beetles are high enough. They'll totally strip a tree of all of its foliage so that there's no foliage left at all on those trees. That can be detrimental to your plants. The other problem is that a lot of people just don't like how this looks. It does look a little unsightly over time. It kind of makes the trees and shrubs and perennials look like they're burned from the sun or they're not healthy enough. And so you may want to consider ways of protecting your plants from the Japanese beetles. One of the big things that you need to watch for, we have some fruit trees here that a lot of people I know like to purchase. We have apples and cherries. Some of the products that we have at Caan Floral and Greenhouses for you to use are systemic. And what that means is you're putting a poison into the plant that gets into the leaves, and as the Japanese beetles feed on those leaves, they're ingesting the poison and then they die. Well, the same thing would happen to you if you're going to use a systemic on your trees and on your fruit trees in particular. I would not recommend eating the fruit because that poison is going to get into the fruit, and I'm thinking it would not be a good, healthy thing for you to do. Some organic control methods are bringing birds into your yard, and we'll talk about some of that later. And now these are some ways you can control Japanese beetles in your yard, and these are some of the things that you can find at Caan's that will help you control those Japanese beetles. First of all, I'm going to show you milky spore powder, which is to be used in your lawn. It helps control the grubs, which the adult female beetles are laying their eggs in your grass now as we speak. They will spend their life cycle through the winter growing and maturing and becoming adult Japanese beetles again, ready to emerge next summer right around this time. Some other things that we carry are some insect disease and mite control products. This is a spray-on. This is a contact spray, so you need to literally spray it onto the Japanese beetles in order to kill them. Some other things that we carry are systemic insecticides, disease control products, rose and flower care being one, the Bayer Advanced Insect Disease and Mite Control Concentrate. Both of these products you can use around the base of your plants, and it takes the poison chemicals that will kill the adult beetles as they're feeding on your plants up into the leaves and the foliage and the flowers of the plants. And it's that product, that chemical, that kills those beetles. When you're using the concentrate, we also have these Bonide Auto Mix and Spray sprayers. These are great to use because you don't need to measure the chemical out. You pour the chemical or a certain amount of it into the jar itself, and then there's a handy dial at the top if you read the label and the instructions on the product that you're purchasing. Some of them may tell you need to use 1.5 teaspoons per gallon. On the top of this container, it lists all the different ounces per gallon in solution as you're using this product. So you attach this to your hose, you have the chemical already in the jug, turn the dial to the amount per gallon that you need to use, and then go ahead and water your plants, making sure that you're getting the product around the roots so that the plants can take it up into their foliage. There's this insect disease and mite control 3-in-1 and rose flower control, which are both concentrates that you can use in this sprayer. And finally, one of the most organic ways to control Japanese beetles in your yard is to attract the animals that feed on the Japanese beetles, which would be birds. We have bird houses that can bring in wrens, which are amazing insect feeders, feeding your birds in your yard, using things that will attract those birds, sparrows, starlings, red-winged blackbirds, robins. All of those are insect eaters, and you can bring those to your yard by feeding them. Suet feeders will help bring in additional birds. So we have all of these things available for you to use to control those Japanese beetle pests in your yard.
Yeah, I got a surprise for your nose and your eyes. Imagine all the possibilities.